Hello my friends and business partners from around the world, welcome back to my channel. Talking to Isfael, your teacher from Brazil. My friends, on this video I'm going to be speaking about power factor correction, or if you prefer, power factor adjustment. My friends, take a look at this example that I drew on the board. We have a company here whose load is 800 kVA, phase 45 degrees, and in this location the power utility that provides power to this company demands the power factor to be above 0.92, and what we need to do is to install a capacitor bank here at the entrance of the installation in order to raise the power factor to 0.92. okay, the other information that we received is that the line voltages here is 23 kV, but we are going to be focusing on the complex power. Okay, asterisk phase is the complex power, the load of this installation, and we need to raise the power factor to 0.92 using a capacitor bank. My friends, let's take a look at how we are going to solve this problem. First of all, we need to know the real power, or if you prefer, the active power of the installation, and the reactive power, and we are going to understand what's going on and calculate the power factor of this installation, and we are going to compare the power factor of the installation with the power factor that the local utility demands the installation to have, and then we are going to calculate the amount of reactive power that the capacitor bank needs to provide, so the power factor seen by the utility is 0.92, my friends. So let's do it. Let's calculate the reactive power of the capacitor bank. We know that the complex power as three-phase is equal to 800 kVA in the phase 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. Some people don't like to put it here, some people put it at the other side. For me it's the same. All right, so we are going now to calculate the real power and the reactive power. The real power is P three-phase is equal to 800 kVA times the cosine of 45 degrees. It's going to be 800 times the cosine of 45, and this is going to be in kilowatts. Okay, my friends, and this value is, I already calculated it here, it's 565.68 kilowatts. This is the real power, of this installation. Now what we need to do is to calculate the reactive power of this installation here. K three-phase is going to be equal to 800. In the same way, now we are going to multiply by the sine of 45 degrees, and this is going to be in kVAR. okay, volt amperes reactive, and the value is the same because the cosine and the sine of 45 degrees is the same, so it's going to be also 565.68 kVAR. Alright, my friends, now that we know this, what we need to do is to use this value here. We are going to use this value here to calculate the apparent power that we needed to have, so the power factor would be 0.92. Okay, so we already know what we need. Okay, we are going to take this and calculate the apparent power, and I'm going to have to explain to you the difference between complex power and apparent power first, so we are going to understand the next step that we're going to make here. Okay, what is the difference then between the complex power and the apparent power? Is this, okay, the complex power as three-phase with a dot on top is equal to the apparent power without the dot in a phase. Okay, do you comprehend this? What we are going to calculate now is this, the apparent power, not the complex power. The apparent power is only the magnitude of the complex power. Do you fully comprehend what I'm saying, my friends? Okay, we need the power factor to be 0.92. Okay, so we need this angle here, to have the cosine of 0.92. Okay, this is what we wish. We wish this angle to have this cosine here. Okay, we are not going to be much worried about the angle. The information that we need we already have, which is the cosine of the angle. Now, to calculate the apparent power, we simply do this. The apparent power is going to be the real power that we just calculated. Do you remember the value that there was here? And we are going to divide it by 0.92. This is the way we calculate the apparent power that we need the installation to have. Before I raised the board, I had told you that the real power is 565.68 kilowatts. If we put this value here and divide it by 0.92, what we get is the apparent power, which I'm gonna call nu. The apparent power nu is going to be without the dot is 614.87 kVA. So this is the apparent power that we have, and the complex power that we need the installation to have. We need the installation to have the complex power of S with the dot three-phase. I'm gonna label it new, will be 614.87 kVA in the phase of this phase here. And I already calculated this guy, and this guy here is 23.07 degrees. 23.07 degrees. Okay, and tell me, what do you get from it? Okay, what does this information tell us? And I'm gonna tell you this. With this angle here and this magnitude here, I am going to calculate the reactive power that the installation needs to have, and the installation is going to have the reactive power as this. The installation is going to have a reactive power as this. Q three-phase nu is going to be equal to that complex power, to that apparent power that we calculated, times the sine of the angle. So it's going to be 614.87 times the sine of 23.07 degrees. Okay, so now we know what we need, and this value is going to then be 200 240.9 kVAR. So this is the reactive power that the installation needs to have. Okay, the reactive power that the installation needs to have. But the installation doesn't have this reactive power. The installation has the first reactive power that we calculated. Then the capacitor bank that we are going to install here to cover for the excess in reactive power is going to be K3 phase of the capacitor bank is gonna be the first reactive power, which is 563.68 kVAR minus 240.9 kVAR, which is gonna then be equal to 324.78 kVAR. My friends, with this reactive power here, with this capacitor bank, we can raise the power factor to 0.92 and thus comply with the demands of the local utility. My friends, this was the video that I wanted to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Goodbye.